The sharp sting of bleach mixed with the faint decay of dying flowers lingered in the air. I stood at the window, hands buried in my pockets, tracing the crooked paths of raindrops crawling down the glass. Outside, a street lamp flickered, like it was trying to signal something I already understood. Behind me, her breathing was unsteady, half sobs, half untruths. "You can't just walk away," she whispered. I didn't turn. "I already have. What's left is only paperwork." 2 months earlier, I thought my life was steady. A small apartment, a modest architecture firm I had built from scratch, and Claire, my girlfriend of 6 years. She was supposed to be the calm after a decade of storms. But one Thursday, in the middle of a client meeting, my phone lit up with a message that wasn't meant for me. "He's gone. You've got half an hour. Same place." It wasn't the words that broke me. It was the little red heart tagged at the end. That night, I drove home in silence, every mile replaying the last 6 years like a cruel highlight reel. Quiet dinners. Sudden migraines. The new perfume, she swore, was just a sample. By the time I slid the key into the lock, my chest felt like it had been poured full of concrete. She was in the kitchen humming, acting as if nothing had changed. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I kissed her when she leaned in, smiled when she smiled. The first rule of survival is simple. Never spook the prey until the trap is ready. The following week, I shadowed her. The hotel on Willow Street wasn't hard to find. Her car sat in the parking lot like an open confession. I didn't go inside. I didn't need to. 2 hours later, she emerged, adjusting her dress, laughing into her phone. That was enough. Back at home, I began to plan. Revenge isn't fueled by anger. Anger makes you reckless. Revenge is about precision, subtracting variables until only the inevitable outcome remains. And her lover? He wasn't some nameless stranger. He was Evan Hale. My oldest friend. My best man at my brother's wedding. The guy who helped me move into my first apartment. He had keys to my home. That changed everything. Betrayal from a stranger is a wound. Betrayal from a friend is a roadmap. And I was already tracing every route. I collected evidence, bank statements, email trails, photos from hotel security cameras I secured through a favor. But I also gathered smaller details, the kind that cut deeper. Evan's business on the verge of collapse. His gambling debts. Claire siphoning money from my accounts in amounts small enough she thought I wouldn't notice. Time passed. Waiting wasn't patience, it was sharpening the blade. Last night, I set the stage. A dinner for 3. Candles lit low, soft music playing. I greeted them both like nothing was wrong. Claire wore the black dress I once thought was for me. Evan shook my hand, his eyes everywhere but mine. Halfway through the wine, I slid a thick envelope across the table. "What's this?" Claire asked. "Everything." Inside, screenshots of their messages. Photos from Willow Street. Bank records. Even a signed statement from one of Evan's bookies. Her face went pale. His flushed red. "You don't understand," she began. "I understand perfectly," I cut her off. "You wanted a real man, Claire. You chose him. So now you get him, his debts, his failing business, and the police report I'll file by morning." Evan leaned forward, voice low. "You wouldn't." I smiled. "You've known me long enough to know I don't bluff." I stood, pocketed my keys, and walked out. Which brings me here, rain streaking the window, her voice trembling behind me. She had come to my new apartment uninvited, mascara smeared, begging to talk. "You set us up," she accused. I finally turned to face her. "No. I just let you be who you already were." Her phone buzzed on the table. Evan's name lit the screen, followed by 2 words, "We're screwed." I stepped past her and opened the door. "You wanted freedom, Claire. Here it is. No safety net, no strings." She didn't move. I didn't wait. As the door shut behind me, the weight slid off my shoulders. Not because I'd won, but because I was finished playing their game. Now they were stuck in mine. By noon, the police had everything. The siphoned funds, the fraud trail, the gambling ties. Evan would fold quickly. Claire would follow. And me? I wasn't angry anymore. Just finished. People think revenge is about destruction. It isn't. Real power lies in letting the pieces fall and never picking them up again. I walked down Willow Street in the drizzle, passing the hotel where it all began. The neon sign buzzed faintly, letters flickering. For the first time in months, I smiled. The game was over. For them.